just sent me.
You're live.
What did I send you? I sent the link to the Hangout. Or it's on the YouTube link to the
If it was a dick pic, it was mine. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
William, what did I tell you about that, man?
I know. If it was a dick pic, it was mine. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist.
It is sexual. William, what did I tell you about that, man?
I know.
I thought you were going to send me. I thought you were going to send me a YouTube video that I could actually watch, so that I would understand what the hell it is that you lot were talking about. But you didn't. No, you sent me to the link for the wait until Joseph Pierce is live so that we can talk about UFC 232 or something. I mean, aliens from space fighting each other in a ring.
That's why I thought you might want to read the room title, because I didn't know if you were into those topics.
Right.
I was trying to be fucking considerate.
But even if he's not into it, his commentary will be even better.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the only way it could be good. But yeah.
Oh.
But yeah, so as the title says, motherfuckers.
We're here to talk about shit.
This is going to be kind of a dude hangout. We're talking about UFC 232, talking about the Jon Jones controversy, the whole drug test business, what that means for his career, what that means for other fighters, what that means for the UFC. How does this affect the fans? How does this affect the look of the UFC in terms of when they suspend people, when they don't? There have been some suspensions in the past based on shit like this, and you got guys like Jon Jones that are allowed to come back and fight and do these sorts of things. So there's a lot of stuff that's been going on in the UFC the past year, and some change over who can get away with what in terms of the rules and whatnot. So we're going to be talking about a lot of that stuff. We're going to definitely be getting into the garbage freestyle rap that's been kind of permeating itself into the world via mumble rappers and young millennials that have been coming up in the game. I'm not hating.
Hey, we're fortunate. We've got an expert on hip hop here today with Heretic, and he's gonna help with that.
Heretic is our resident hip hop expert, so he'll definitely be chiming in a lot about that.
Thank you, Stan. Thank you.
And so it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad stuff that's out there, and we were just kind of joking about it earlier in chat, and figured I would add that to the roster as well. So it's gonna be quite a nice conversation. We can get into a lot from, I think, just these three subjects, because UFC 232, man, that's just exciting on its own. You got fucking Jon Bones Jones and Alexander Gustafsson 2. If anyone watched 1, they know that Gustafsson could actually beat this guy, because now
it's gonna happen.
He sees he's got to finish him, man.
It's the stamina. We'll get into that.
We'll definitely get into that. So there's a lot that we're gonna be chit-chatting about. But it's not gonna be too like, oh, we're gonna go this way and go that way and do this and do that. I'm just kind of gonna be the driver of the ship, so to speak, and kind of just make sure that Jello's reined in every once in a while, because can Jello rant. And when Jello gets to ranting, sometimes it's hard to stop him. So I'm just gonna drive this bitch and make sure that we can stick to the task at hand.
The thing is, with Jello, he's got to sting like a butterfly.
And I moat like a flea.
But what I'm gonna do without getting into trouble, I'm gonna try to play a quick little clip and just kind of give people a little taste of what we're gonna see tomorrow night. You got, honestly, these are like probably the top 4 in both male and female division in terms of like fighters. Like, Gustafsson's a beast. Jon Jones, Jello was praising him earlier. Jon Jones is just a motherfucking, that guy. He's so.
With some friends while we're out being here. Okay,
So which are the males and which are the females then?
So we got Alexander Gustafsson and Jon Jones 2. They already fought once. Jon
So
Jones.
they're the trans men, are they?
Yes, they are the trans men that are participating.
Okay.
And then the trans women are. Yo, no joke, bro. People think that Chris Cyborg is trans. It's because she is. I'm gonna pull up an image. She is a manly looking dude.
Joe, hold on. Bro Joe.
Oh.
Bro Joe, could y'all mute? I mean,
Got some crowd open this bitch.
Bro Joe.
Brojo's on mute. I've muted him. Shut up. Get on with it.
Oh damn. Heretic.
Okay.
Come on, you motherfuckers.
I always hang up.
Yo. Oh, just wanted to say hello and you know, it's good to see y'all hanging out. And could you mute?
We're playing your music here, Will.
Well, thank you. Feels like home.
I'm gonna fucking screen share a picture of Cyborg so people can see this woman. This is a woman, mind you. I'll remind you of this.
That's a moment.
I got no words. These guys are going to be escorted out of the huddle house. That's happening.
I don't watch. You're gonna be like, "Excuse me, sir."
Look. Chris Cyborg is big and muscular, but she's all woman. Like,
oh yeah.
I mean, like, she's quite feminine. She's. It's hard to say that a woman that looks like she can beat me up. Like, it's one thing for a woman to be able to beat me up, but it's hard to say that a woman that looks like she can beat me up.
Betty White looks like she could beat you up.
But she is. She's an attractive woman. She's terrifying.
Oh yeah. Oh man, but she's terrifying. Yes, she is. But I find those women like sex.
Well, see, then
and you know, like I find those women sexy, like very, very sexy.
Jello, Barbara Bush could beat you up, and she's dead.
Well, maybe so, but she doesn't look like she could beat me up.
Right.
Chris Cyborg looks like he could beat me up.
Rubbish.
Are you guys ready?
We're ready.
This is Chris Cyborg. So, you know what I'm saying. Let me take Joe off presentation. This is Chris Cyborg.
Yeah. Nice tats.
Yeah, she's very feminine. You know what? That's a terrible picture. Show some pictures of her with her hair down and shit.
She looks like the missing link. What the fuck are you talking about?
Don't show a picture of her while she's fighting. That ain't fair.
No, but that's how you want to see her, bro. I don't care what she looks like in her.
Oh, I'm trying to tell. There she is, right there, right top middle. Look at that.
Yeah.
She's a gorgeous girl. This is not a manly looking chick.
No. You know, that's her on like a regular day. You know.
Oh, so manly. What are you talking about?
No, but it's just a going joke, man, and no one's being serious, bro. Like, goddamn, it's just she's built like a fucking dude. Like
Jello, if you're gonna get triggered every time I make a nasty comment, I might as well leave now.
Damn. And then this is her opponent, Amanda Nunes, who is also a fucking beast in the octagon. Like, they're the two top females right now, hands down. No one can beat them. Amanda Nunes is the one that fucked up Ronda Rousey in spectacular fashion, and then and then Chris Cyborg is the one that fucked up Holly Holm in even more spectacular fashion.
Yeah, see, I don't know. I'm not really comfortable with the way you say that she's the one that fucked up Rousey in spectacular fashion. The way Holly Holm fucked up Ronda Rousey
wasn't the same. It wasn't the same though.
No, it wasn't the same. But it was not even the same. A beautiful head kick.
It was. If you remember the replay, though, Ronda Rousey was like spinning around, you know, and Holly caught her as she was coming back forward. Amanda Nunes just outboxed her and beat her face.
Boxed the shit out of her. Yes, she
finished
did.
her first round standing KO, bro. Like, that was wonderful.
Ronda Rousey with that blood dripping from her nose and shit.
Dude. And Holly Holm was exposed in that fight with Chris Cyborg. Like, she held her own. You know, but she got fucked up. Like, Chris Cyborg beat her up. You know, so this is gonna be like a wicked fight, like a wicked fight. I cannot wait to see, like, because I want Amanda Nunes to win because she's like my favorite. But my money would be on Chris Cyborg to just clobber. Like, she gets that ground and pound, and it's just gonna be like boom, 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 boom.
This is a great, like, my old lady's daughter is coming, and I don't think she's ever seen a UFC fight. I would really like to turn her on to some of the best female fighters.
This is a good first one to watch, for sure. She's getting the two best males and the two best females to watch, and it's a main event, co-main event, and the undercards are great. It's like new talent coming up, and like guys that I think and girls that I think should be more recognized in the game that are on this undercard tonight. So it's going to be UFC 232. Yeah, if you're a first timer, it's a good one to watch because you're getting the best of the best in those main events tonight. You know what I mean? So yeah, for sure, that's a good one to. Are you ordering it, Jello?
I didn't even realize it was. Yes, I'm going to.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely, I'm gonna. You said it's tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Tomorrow night.
I'm gonna get me a half rack. That's 12 cans of Budweiser.
Okay.
And I'm going to enjoy the tits off of that.
Oh yeah, man. I'm gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be good, man. It's gonna be good stuff. I can't wait. Oh. I've been waiting for this all year. I've been sitting around, I've been talking about from when I heard the rumor, the whispers that it was going to be Nunes versus Cyborg. I was like, oh, please tell me when. And they were like, December. We're like, when in December? They're like, end of December. We're like, okay. And then we saw the promos. The promos came out and it's official. But it's hard sometimes because people pull out of fights like last minute and shit because of injuries. And I remember.
Right. Here's a stupid question for someone that should know. And I'm sorry, I don't. Are those girls actually the same weight?
So Nunes is jumping weight, but she walks around at the weight she's jumping to. So it's nothing for her.
All right.
Yeah.
Right. So, Jones v. Gustafsson 2 is live on BT Sport at 3 a.m. GMT.
Free?
In the UK. Free. Free to watch.
You should stream that shit.
Bro, what?
Bro, what? Yeah, 3 p.m. And there's UFC 232 prelims at 1 a.m. So
yeah,
what, 8 p.m., 8 p.m. New York, something like that?
Yeah, those are the super undercards. Like, that's when the stadium's still empty. No one's even in the seats really yet. It's just like the crew, like the UFC camera crew and the people setting up and shit. But, you know, the fans watch them on TV, which... I think people should watch those ones too because they're good fights. Like some of those fights they end up being better than some of the fights on the main.
So there's no mention. There's no mention of Cyborg versus whatever Nunes, but it looks like it's flowing all the way through for the evening.
Yeah, they would.
And if they're on the same card,
yeah, it's the co-main event. So it's gonna be like Nunes Cyborg is gonna be the fight before Gustafsson Jones.
All right.
So it's like if they're giving you Gustafsson Jones, you're definitely getting Nunes.
So that is available in the UK if you have BT Sport.
So that's like I could just go to like some sports streaming site and get that shit for free.
More than likely.
But I'd have to wait. That's the only thing. Actually, no, I probably wouldn't have to wait that long. Like it depends it depends on how much they're getting it. But if they have the prelims, then that means they have the whole thing. Actually, let's look the card. I want to see who's on the card. We'll look at the whole card. But Jones Gustafsson too is probably the more anticipated one for everybody. Like the Nunes Cyborg one is going to be good to watch, but Jello, I don't know if I know William saw the first one. Did you see the first one?
I don't remember if I did or not. I know the last time I saw Jones fight was the second time he was killing DC.
Yeah, that was a good fight.
Was this fight after that?
No. Jon Jones versus Gustafsson was UFC. Holy fuck, that was a while back. Let me try to. I'm gonna get the date. Hold up. DC was the most recent one, and that's when UFC 165 was Jones versus Gustafsson, 2013. And yeah, that was at the ACC in Toronto, and we couldn't get tickets, so I just watched it on TV. Actually, no, we went to a bar for that one. Yeah, but that was a good one. That was a good one. And it was dope. And you can watch it. They have like on YouTube, they have like UFC free watching. So you can rewatch those fights for free. Always. Yeah. So like the good ones. And especially whenever there's a big card coming around, like they'll replay what like UFC will put out on YouTube, like what they think that fighter's biggest fight was. And it's kind of like a recap, like this is what this guy can do. So come watch this fight. It's going to be a good fight. Da-da-da-da. Oh, Chad Mendez is on the card there. All right. So on the main card, it's Chad Mendez and Alexander Volkanovski, Ilir Latifi and Corey Anderson, Carlos Condit and Michael Chisa. What the fuck is these motherfuckers? Chris Cyborg, Amanda Nunes, and Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson. And then the preliminaries, BJ Penn, Ryan Hall, Douglas Silva, Peter Yan, Kat Zagano, and Megan Anderson.
Jello versus Freeman.
Jello versus William.
Bring it.
Cello Shots versus William Freeman.
Take you out, Weirdy Beardy.
I got me some drunken style.
You see Jello come out, he just has his dab rig and everything, stab fucking William in the face.
I got a torch and a nail.
Start burning his eyes out with the blowtorch.
Okay, thanks, guys.
Andre Arlovsky and Walt Harris. Then the early prelims are just fucking Jesus Christ.
Any predictions?
Yo, my predictions, I'm only focusing on the main event, co-main event.
Yeah.
So yeah, we can talk predictions whenever people want to talk predictions, but just recapping the last fight with Jon Jones and Alexander Gustafsson is just, for me, it's nostalgic. Just like, because it was the fourth round, man. He just came out and exploded, and he caught him with that first spinning elbow that busted his head open.
Yeah, if you'll notice, Gustafsson's win because of his style. He's always bouncing and moving and shit like that constantly. So he burned out sooner. I mean, I'm not saying that he's not very well conditioned for stamina, but not at the rate that he was going. And Jones was conserving energy and striking, and he was landing when he did strike. You know,
the constant, like those elliptical kicks and those weird, awkward kicks. He just kept targeting that left lead leg. You know, just like the inside kicks, the outside kicks, the elliptical kick to like hyperextend the knee.
Yeah.
Thing, you know, like he was fucking up that leg. So for a boxer, they need that leg, you know, because that's going to be their leverage when they're going to throw punches. And you saw in round 4.
What are you calling that kick?
It's called an elliptical kick.
Really?
So it's like a weird kind of front kick to the thigh or to the knee, like that weird kick Jon Jones does, man. That fucking he does it. Conor McGregor uses it too.
Yeah, I know the kick. I've heard it referred to as an oblique kick.
Yeah, or an
sciatic nerve kick.
Yeah, it's got all kinds of names, but elliptical would be based on the positioning of it.
It's a weird fucking. It's almost like I play. When I was young, I played a lot of hacky sack, a lot of football. And so I can pick my knees up pretty high and kind of hold them there. So like if you were trying to like grab at my dick and I decided to try to bat your hand away with my foot,
you would do that.
It's kind of like that. It's a weird fucking kick.
Yeah,
you have never batted a hand away from your dick in your life, Jello.
No, not that I would, certainly not that I would bat Joseph's hand away from my dick.
All right, I got specific.
That's the way the kick looks. It almost looks like
it's an inside or outside the inside kick he used an axe kick. You saw that Jon Jones brought. That was unorthodox.
He fucking, when he went for that one, Gustafsson's so lucky he missed.
but the grapple defense, the ground defense that both of them have, that is what makes it great, because they're having to keep it standing, you know. And neither one of them can be. I mean, yes, that was the first time that Jones has been taken down, but if you notice, he was only down for a couple seconds.
Yeah, but that's still significant. And all of his takedowns stuffed except for number 12. And it was in fucking like round I forget if it was late round 3 or round 4, or I think it was round.
I think it was 4, and Gustafsson crawled up the wall and ran off.
He did get him off eventually. Yeah,
slippery guy, very slippery guy.
Because he's strong and he's taller. He's like an inch taller than him. He's an inch taller than Jones, so he's got like a lot, and he's a big boy, man. He's a big Swedish boy. Like he's just like this big guy. Like you can tell he probably just punched kids out when he was growing up. Like,
oh my God. He used unorthodox combinations, the low high jab that he was using to set up different strikes. But if he would have utilized his elbows and forearms the way that Jones did, that fight would have been totally different.
He definitely outboxed Jon though. He outboxed Jon though. For sure.
Oh God, yes. Oh God, yes.
He outboxed him because that was really close. Like people, like dude, we weren't even sure who was winning those rounds. Like the first 3 rounds could have gone to either of them. And
I thought that was clearly in Gustafsson's. It was the last 2 that were decidedly Jones, in my opinion.
Jones easily took the last 2 rounds, but the first 3, it was like, woo, those are really close, man. Like they're too close to call. Because even I think the scorecards were super close. Like even it was like 48-47 or something like that. They were close. It wasn't
right. These are powerhouses in this sport. I mean, this is the talent.
Yeah,
you know, this is not. They might not be as famous as some of the other names, but their skill level is it's incredible. And I'm not going to say it's the equivalent of Ali Foreman or either Ali Frazier or anything like that, but it's fucking up there.
Well, in UFC, it's kind of something close to that,
right? Because
that's what McGregor Khabib was supposed to be. But anyone who knows anything about UFC, MMA, Khabib, all that knew that which way that fight was gonna go. You know, that's a no contest for Khabib, pretty much. Like it was ridiculous to even for people to think he was going to lose. But it was good, though. It was good so people learn, and now they know that these guys have skill sets, you know. But that's kind of been like the argument going around is Jon Jones winning because he's good, or is Jon Jones winning because he's using banned substances? Which
the banned substances aren't playing into it.
Does that same conversation go around about Brock Lesnar?
It has, but for some reason, Jon Jones has been like the focus of this, and I don't know if that's the reason because it's the most recent, or because he was caught, or because some people think it's because he's black. You know, but there's
definitely because he's black.
That can be part of it.
That's part of it. That's fucking ridiculous. I think it's a hate thing. I think it's.
Oh my God! These are combat sports, guys.
No. I think it's a thing about hating Jon Jones, not because he's black, because he's arrogant, because he likes to party, because he isn't afraid to show it. And I think some people fucking see that as disrespectful towards their position.
It's true.
He's a fucking gladiator, though. That's what he's supposed to.
But I agree. It's true. You're right, and you're right about that, William. But here's the thing with guys like this in the sport, like you get someone like a Conor McGregor, or like, you know, like who's loud and cocky and and everyone like applauds him and cheers him. It's like, yeah, look at him, he's fucking whatever. But then you get like a Floyd Mayweather, and you get like, oh, he's arrogant and he's full of himself and he has no respect for the sport and blah blah blah. It's like they're mirroring each other. Like, you know, a lot of these guys, that's kind of like their thing. But I've noticed that black guys in the sport, in combat sports, get a bad rap when they're like that. You know, they're not given like the fair shake in terms.
There were a lot of people that really didn't like Conor McGregor's swagger.
No, there are people that hate on Conor McGregor because he's a good fighter, and there are people there's a difference, right? There's a big difference. Is that when I'm talking about not by the fans necessarily, I'm talking about by the sport.
Okay, right? Internally.
What's acceptable by the sport, right? So when you get commentators saying certain things, you'll get commentators contradicting themselves about same behavior from 2 different guys, where it's acceptable with one guy and it's not acceptable with the other guy. Sometimes it has to do with race. Sometimes it has to do with favorites. Sometimes it has to do.
Do you think Joe Rogan would call that out?
Joe Rogan has called it out. He calls it out all the time.
That's all it takes. If this is the situation with Jon Jones, you know that's what he's going to say.
Teddy Atlas has called it out. You know, a lot of people in both sports have called out that hypocrisy of allowing one guy to get like fucking dude. Conor McGregor broke the law. He's like straight up injured people. 6 guys weren't able to fight the next night because 3 of them were on that bus.
Glass in their eyes and shit.
Right. There were women on there that got injured. And then now he's coming out after all this time going, yeah, it was all just for publicity and to sell the fight. It's like, dude, real people were hurt in what you call your antics. Right. And he was allowed to go on and fight. And Khabib, you know, loses it in the ring a little bit, which he did kind of go over the top, literally. Right. And kind of, you know, but hey, man, you know, that's what you get when you do that shit to people. And he was allowed to get away with all that stuff. But Jon Jones now is caught with like what is now starting to be understood as a microscopic like metabolite. I think the way he described it in the press conference was picture taking a grain of salt and chopping it up into like 28 million pieces or something like that. That's what he was saying, something like that. And
how does this affect the gambling?
And then spreading it through the body. What do you mean the gambling?
The effect, because you do realize that this is hugely
like the odds and whatnot.
Yeah,
that's going to be up to the bookies and shit. That's not up to the public.
Well, what I'm saying is when it comes to people, whether they feel like the fight's even going to come off, if they feel like this is affecting the gambling in any way. I mean, if it's a microscopic amount, then whatever he's doing is probably not going to be enough to influence his.
I mean, can we just admit that they were probably gambling on whether or not he would get popped for steroid use before? Like, I mean, what do you mean? How is it
always bet on black?
Gambling? It's going to give them more to bet on. Like, they're going to love it.
Yeah,
they're fucking love it. That's how it's going to affect the gambling. Like,
and that's not what people are talking about. When we're talking about affecting the sport and stuff like the gambling, who gives a shit? That's not it.
The reason I say that is because the money is important to all these guys, and including Dana White. And all. I mean, the money from the gambling, not just the promotion, because that's one of the reasons the sport's so popular. So what I'm saying is, there anything that could be used to generate like different odds?
Unless they're betting on the fight, they're not getting anything from the gambling that people do. Mm-hmm. Gambling is a personal thing. They get money from pay-per-view.
No, what William is saying is that a lot of the people that are into the UFC or MMA in general are into it because of gambling. So the odds should make a difference to people in the business, because if they lose all those viewers, they lose a lot of their business.
Thank you, Jello.
No, I don't think it'll affect that. Nah. Not in any serious way. People are still going to bet on fights. People.
Oh, no, I know that they're going to bet. I'm just saying as far as the odds go now, because it is going to be bet on. And I don't know if people are going to they're going to gamble on anything. Like Jello was saying, they're going to gamble on anything. Yeah. But I'm wondering what that's going to do to the ones that, bet on Alexander, assuming that Jones has been training with this substance all this time and is now having to be off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He's not going to be using it while he's basically, on the coals over it. So is this going to affect his performance to the point where it's going to affect gambling or the way people choose to bet? I think it's got to be a factor.
Maybe a little one, but it's a weird thing because it didn't. I don't know. He's been popped for this before. It's not the first time. That's the thing.
Like, okay, hold on. Like, okay, I got to defend him now.
Yeah.
Because I think he's innocent.
No, I'm not saying he's innocent.
I think that somebody has been giving him cheap supplements.
Could be.
The problem with cheap supplements is you might get the wrong ingredients in them, but that doesn't seem to be the problem with Jon Jones. He seems to be getting trace amounts. So either he's using these supplements while he's training and then stopping using them long time before, because that doesn't fucking make any sense. The thing is that what he would be doing most likely is getting fucking supplements from shitty companies that mix a lot of different supplements together in their vats and maybe don't clean their shit out so well when they make a different supplement. So you might get trace amounts of whatever, maybe whatever is in like the vitamins that they give to women when they're pregnant. You might get trace amounts of that in your wheat germ supplements.
Hey, Jello.
Yeah.
What are your feelings on decriminalizing the use of substances and chemicals in sports like this? And Joe too, of course, but like not having them drug test, like at all.
I don't know. I mean, like with bodybuilding, they have two leagues. They have a clean league and a roided out league. I think maybe if you were going to go like that, maybe it might. I think there's some people that don't want to see the brutality of two King Kong Goliaths like Brock Lesnar ripping each other apart. I think
who are these people that don't want to see that?
I don't know. I think there are those people. I don't know. I think it would change a lot of the game, wouldn't it? It would really promote steroid use if they were to just take them off the ban list, because people that weren't taking them couldn't really compete against, assuming that all of your opponents are going to.
But now wait, is this about skill and all that? I mean, is that's what? How much is it really about strength as opposed to skill in this?
Well, it's both.
I mean, yeah, it is both. But
the endurance of another fight, right?
Do you remember when Royce Gracie first came on the scene in the first couple of UFCs? He was the smallest little shit there, and he was taking big dudes down. I mean, that was what I'm saying.
The point to him fighting was that he was the smallest one in the family. They picked him to fight in the UFC because he was the runt of the litter.
Agreed. I'm just saying.
So I know what you're saying.
You're going to have a resurgence of those fighters.
It's not like Royce Gracie was a 98-pound weakling either. Like you gotta like for anybody that's hearing this conversation might be getting the wrong idea about Royce Gracie. Like, I mean, I don't know.
Right. All I'm saying is, even if they were using steroids or whatever in this, the grapplers, the jiu-jitsu guys that take it to the ground, still have a great. I mean, they still have a great chance of it not even mattering. I mean, because it's not always a matter of strength. I mean, there's a lot of that, but it's more, I think it comes down to technique.
Okay, and I don't do jiu-jitsu. So, I mean, someone that knows what they're talking about could probably make me look really stupid here. But I'm going to just put it on the line and say my assumption is that if you're really good at jiu-jitsu and you roll with other people that are really good at jiu-jitsu, you might have a fairly easy time taking a lot of them down until you find one of those guys that's also really good at jiu-jitsu, but is also really like gorilla strong.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're fighting. Now it's a different kind of thing. So strength, I think strength does add to it, and strength has everything to do with endurance. The longer some of these fights go, the more that plays into it. So I mean, it's not chess. It's fighting.
No, it is fighting.
So you're asking us, is it a game of skill? I mean, it's a game of skill. It's a game of strength.
All right. Joe, you want to weigh in, man? Joe?
Are you meditating, Joe?
He's stoned, bro.
We
Can't
cannot
hear
hear you. I see your lips moving, but I don't hear what you're saying. Oh, no. Oh, Joe, it's your show. What the fuck, Joe? Yeah, we'll keep it going.
No, let's have the awkward silence and just watch Joe try to fix this
shit out.
God damn.
There we go.
No, I just had like the worst fucking lag of the planet.
That was lag?
Yeah, dude. It was my computer just locked up on me, but it's all good.
All right, preach on it, man. Preach on it. Preach on the substances being legalized or decriminalized in combat sports.
Bad idea. Bad idea. Like some people think that they should just let them use banned substances and see, you know, who'd be the best of the best. Like
substance. I mean, what would be the best of the best substance at a certain
No. Like some people think that they should just let people use whatever they want.
Yeah.
So you can see who's the top of people, like the most enhanced human, right? In all their weight classes. I think that would be a bad idea because you start seeing people get killed in there. But
hold on, can we rewind the conversation?
Sure.
Who was into Pride?
Yeah, I watched Pride. It was okay.
Okay,
I'm more into
Pride didn't have these kind of banned substances lists.
Pride is also
we didn't see people getting killed. And for two, nobody seems to talk about how it wasn't real fighting or real sportsmanship because a lot of these guys were on dope. Like, I mean,
but where's Pride now, man?
Well, it finished it's done a long time ago, but
right.
But that's not
that wasn't related to that policy.
It's not about it's related to that policy. It's you know, when something goes away, it's not because they choose to go away. It's because they failed for some reason.
But what I'm saying is,
what I'm trying to say is what all other combat sports institutions, let's say for a lack of a better term, have are those rules in place, and they tend to do very well, including boxing. Boxing probably still is the best paid fucking, you know, combat sports that exists, right? And they have the strictest rules against that stuff. They have like Olympic style testing, and the people that get around it, they get heavily fined. And if you get caught cheating in boxing, you're pretty much, you know, your career is going to be over. Some people slip through the cracks, obviously. It's not perfect. But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that's the reason. But I'm saying when you have that kind of quote-unquote freedom, you know, it's going to breed a different environment. A bunch of guys on steroids and shit is not a good environment. just ask the WWE. That's why they have this revolving door system, right? Because there's so many guys that they come in and out because they're using all this shit. They end up dead or some bullshit. You know, it's something stupid. But I like Pride. It was cool. Okay. I'm more into Bellator though, and the UFC because I find it to be more entertaining, and the bare knuckle boxing.
I like the amateur boxing. I like rough and rowdy and shit like that, just because it's the way a lot of real dudes out there fight, and it's here. I'll post the link. I mean, it's just bar fights, really. They take dudes that would normally just be bashing each other bare knuckle, and they put boxing gloves on them and turn them loose in there. A lot of windmilling, a lot of like.
That's stupid and unsafe.
Oh, I love it though, because they're wearing headgear and shit.
It doesn't matter. It's still stupid. That's not a good idea. You should be in a gym where there's like people around, and if you get someone someone can get seriously hurt, man. That's not a joke.
Well, there's Band-Aids nearby.
Come on, man. That's not. There's a reason why there's commissions.
Dude, I just said that these same guys would be beating each other up bare knuckle in the bar anyway. They're making it nerfed.
Yeah. Do you understand? It's more dangerous with gloves on. That's why there are people that. I'm trying. Like, look, we're talking about the whole thing, right? There is a thing that there are people trying to educate that if these guys weren't wearing gloves, that's why some people were against them putting on gloves, because that increases how much you can hit the person without injuring your hand. It decreases the likelihood of breaking your knuckle, which would naturally happen in a bare knuckle fight, right? It allows for more blows to your opponent's head, which increases the likelihood of brain damage for that person or a serious head injury.
Serves that purpose better.
I'm sorry?
The palm heel strike serves that purpose better.
I know, but what I'm trying to say is wearing gloves is more dangerous than bare knuckles. It is. It just is. Okay. When you put on boxing gloves, those are weapons. Those are weapons on your hands. And if you've been taught how to punch hard your whole life, and that's all you've been doing, and you're like a professional boxer, and you put on boxing gloves, you could kill a regular person with like one punch easily. Because they're not going to be ready for that. If you hit them with their bare knuckles, a boxer, they'll just knock them out, and it's going to hurt. You're going to wake up with like a headache. But if they get you clean, like a good clean shot, like you could have like serious injury.
Have you ever been to one of these amateur like rough and rowdy kind of fights?
Dude, fucking people did it when I was in high school. And people got like hurt. It was stupid.
In your high school?
Yeah, people. It was called basement boxing. This was something that people in my high school organized, and they would go to like there was like 3 or 4 different people's houses that they would go to, and you would lace up your gloves and you would fucking fight.
We just call that.
It was like a fight club.
Goofing off.
Well, you call it goofing off. It was like a fight club, right? But people would have like black eyes and serious cuts, and so it wasn't a joke. And
no, it was young men becoming, or young boys becoming men.
That's a stupid way to do it. You could go to a boxing gym and do that, right?
Not everybody's going to do that, man.
Well, okay. You advocate for stupidity. I advocate for intelligence, and we can go on from there because I don't think that.
That's cool. I got a work call anyway. I'll mute.
William, back in the day, did you love backyard wrestling?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Dude, I just watched a video the other day of these guys. He missed the mark. He would jump from the roof to the table and just boom, just completely missed. And off to the hospital he went.
There you go.
That's the kind of shit that I'm talking about that you shouldn't do, man. Don't do
dumb shit. And you shouldn't do jackass shit either. But people do that shit. And fucking, as long as people are gonna do that shit, I'm gonna be there to fucking watch that shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna advocate for it, is what I'm saying.
Oh, I fucking will. Please, if you're within the sound of my voice, do that shit, film it, put it on YouTube so I can watch because you're dumb and going to the hospital and I want to see it.
Oh, lordy, lordy, lordy. I do have Jello, you're an evil person. That is just mean. It is mean.
I like watching people do dumb shit.
I cringe when I watch those videos. I'm like, holy fuck. Like, seriously.
Yeah, that's why you watch them, for cringe. Like terrible rappers.
Oh, yes.
Terrible rappers, and it makes you fucking cringe.
It's awful.
I'm more excited to get into that topic. I love the UFC. Don't get me wrong. I want to watch this fight tomorrow, but god damn it, I want to talk about some cringe.
Oh, it will get there. I'm just gonna share this one last bit of articleship. I don't know if that's a word. Articleship of the whole crux of the problem we're having here. So as the headline says from MMA Junkie, UFC's Jeff Nowitzki reveals August and September's drug tests also flagged Jon Jones. So what had happened, and here's the interesting part, because it wasn't flagged as reuse. It was just lingering. So that's good. So it shows that whatever it was probably just an accident, a one-time accident. But there are people out there that are saying definitely that he cheated. Like I think, I don't want to misquote anybody, but I think Brendan Schaub is one of them. He has his show, The Fighter and the Kid. Yeah. And the brown something. I'm sure someone knows.
Isn't it the Big Brown Breakdown?
There it is, the Big Brown Breakdown. Yeah, and then he does Fight Companion with Joe Rogan sometimes. Yeah, but I think he was one saying like straight up he's a cheater. DC saying he's a cheater. I follow him on Instagram. He's straight up calling him a cheater. Alex Gustafsson called him a cheater last night at the press conference. He straight up said, yeah, I think he's cheating. And he said, what did he say? He goes, he needs to put shit in his body to be confident because he's not confident on his own. And that to me was like, oh, that's like shots fired, bro. Like you're telling this man that because he failed, a drug test that now is being more revealed as almost completely insignificant, at least as we're understanding it. It's that could be bad for him because he's bringing some emotion now into this, and a pissed off. I've seen a pissed off Jon Jones, like that fight against Rashad Evans. That was a pissed off Jon Jones, and it was just, you saw Rashad Evans' face after that fight. It didn't look good. It was blowing up like a balloon. But I'm gonna skim through this real quick. So yeah, last minute move. UFC 232 from Nevada to California came suddenly for fans and fighters, but didn't come out of left field for the UFC or Nevada State Athletic Commission. So yeah, Jon Jones was fucking tested on some shit. Some shit happened back in the summer. Now his test from August 29th and September 18th returned trace amounts of the same steroid metabolite that resulted in a 15-month suspension for his test at UFC 214. So here's the information about the metabolites. Identified as the long-term M3 metabolite of the fast-clearing steroid oral Turnabol. Didn't provide any performance-enhancing benefit. And I think that's the key part, right, that people are just ignoring, is that it didn't provide any performance-enhancing benefit, according to the experts consulted by the UFC and its anti-doping partner, the U.S. Anti-Doping Agency, or USADA. So it's like, so what does that even mean then? So if it doesn't do anything for him, and it just happens to be something that's on the banned list, maybe you should readjust the ban list based on things that actually enhance your performance versus things that don't. So
that just means redefining the schedule of all of it, right?
Exactly. And it's like, and I think even last night at the press conference, he was calling himself the guinea pig for all of this.
Well, then you got to take Nate Diaz. No, not Nate. Sorry, Nick Diaz off the ban, off of being.
Apparently there's a few guys that
be retroactive.
Well, I mean, look, if you're saying that, if you're gonna say that people who aren't taking either.
What I'm saying is they have contracts and they're going to have
so that you can't fucking give them any gut for it. Then you gotta fucking lift the fucking fighting ban that they have on Nick.
What's that going to do to the contracts of the fighters who got banned because of this thing? Are they going to have to go back and reimburse them? Or?
Just lift their penalties. It should just make it so they don't have to pay those fines anymore. It should just make it so they don't that they're allowed to fight again. Like it's ridiculous. Like I mean, if you agree with the banning of these substances, you got to agree with it because they're performance enhancing, right? So if they're not enhancing their performance, then what's the fucking problem?
Exactly, and that's exactly the whole point. And I think, and he was trying to make that point last night, but Dana didn't want to get into it. He was actually kind of avoiding it a little bit, but in a like, in a smart way, where it's like, we're not gonna sit here. If you want to know, ask the expert, which is the expert's considered to be, Jeff Nowitzki on this. He kept saying, ask Nowitzki. If you want to know about the science behind it, ask Nowitzki. If you want to know about, what it's actually doing, ask Nowitzki, because he doesn't want to misrepresent what's being said.
Well, that's fair. He's not exactly fucking Dana White is no dummy, but he's not exactly a fucking scientist.
No, exactly. And if you watch the press conference, Jon Jones was the same way. There was one point where Dana had to stop him because he was like, maybe I can explain. And Dana's like, no, ask Nowitzki. He's like, John's not going to explain. I'm not going to explain. Ask Nowitzki kind of thing. And they just kept pointing them in that direction because that was almost every question. And that was kind of frustrating to me because, you have Amanda Nunes and Chris Cyborg sitting there, two of the biggest, champions in their division in the UFC right now, answering, I think it was like 4 questions for each of them, not even. And everything was pointed towards Jon Jones and, oh, you're going to, what's going on? How are you going to explain? It's like, dude, like, can we talk about the fight, please? And this whole thing, and it's kind of clouding people's, and I see the relevance in Williams' question, because it's like with the betting thing, because all this stuff is like it's pushing people away from the fact that there's like a big fight happening, and it's been talked about. This is stuff that he didn't re-ingest. It's just being shown up again through testing, because even this thing says here, it also could turn up in Jones' system for years. This is something that so he could keep testing for this shit, and it'll keep coming up, because it just like lingers for that long, I guess. So it's just going to keep causing problems for this guy. And then so they moved UFC from Nevada to California because the California Commission obviously doesn't see a problem with what's going on.
Wasn't it Nevada that fucking put the ban on Nick as well?
And most of the time it's gonna be USADA, which is and it's mostly, and that's out of Nevada, I believe.
Hey, fuck you, Vegas.
Yeah, Vegas is strict though, man. Like they're really, really strict. Like even like when Floyd Mayweather fights, like sometimes with certain people, I remember he wanted like Olympic style testing with them. Like he went straight up. It was like, I think this person takes shit. Test them because he's got no problem with testing. But yeah, so this has been a big thing, which I think is stupid, and I think people just need to drop it. It's nothing. And now DC's coming out being like, oh, this guy's a cheater and blah, 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 blah. And everyone's just, the whole fucking press conference was just about Jon Jones and his stupid testing and this, that, and the other. So I'm officially done with that shit because that shit is just whack, bro. And it's taking away from the fun of the sport because I enjoy the sport. And if guys aren't breaking any rules, then I think, let's have fun, man. Let's watch this shit. Let's let it go down.
As long as that's it though. As you said, if they're not breaking any rules, if the rules were just and they really addressed the substance individually, then I can see your point. But right now, the rules are against people just using. At this point, is vitamins even safe to take?
Yeah, of course.
I'm being facetious. I'm hyperbolic or whatever.
No. You're actually right because what I was just saying about those drug companies mixing things, and if it's not a great drug company, they might not clean those vats real well. This has been a problem for people. So yeah, vitamins can create a problem. It's not a joke. That's part of the issue here. Like this shit. Like I agree. I agree that it should be a clean sport. I also think that it should be regulated better than it is, not more severely, better. I think
your dog has to piss.
What doing right now is crap.
Right, but I think I don't know the likelihood of. I'm not like a scientist or chemist or pharmacologist or anything, but I don't know the likelihood of steroids showing up in your vitamins. It's more likely to show up in like a bad batch of your whey protein.
Well, the places that these things are put together, they're all made in the same fucking things.
I know, but I'm saying the likelihood though. Like you're probably more likely to get that in your protein shake, than in some like if I'm taking regular vitamins, day-to-day vitamins that I can get at the pharmacy or something, you know what I mean? Like that's what I'm saying. Because even vitamins, like not everybody takes vitamins per se. Like these guys just have good diets and probably, take a supplement every once in a while. It could be in the form of a drink, could be in the form of a pill, could be in the form of whatever, a powder or something that they make into a drink or something like that. And then it's just like what you're saying though, it's mixed in with like some bad batch, like the company's just neglectful or whatever the case is. But whatever's showing up in his system is a steroid. And it's a matter of figuring out like how it got there. Maybe it's in some of the drugs he was doing when he was partying. I don't know.
I just really think it should focus on the whole performance enhancing thing.
Yeah, if it doesn't enhance its performance,
if you're cheating, then you're cheating.
Right.
And if you're not cheating, leave them the fuck alone.
Exactly.
And get off Jones's back and don't ban people for smoking weed. Like smoking pot does not
a performance
make your muscles grow. It's not. No. It doesn't make you stronger. It doesn't make you
no effect on stamina.
I'm not going to say yet that it doesn't cure cancer. I'm certainly not going to say that it does. But either way, if it does cure cancer, that's not performance enhancing as far as what they call performance enhancing in like sports.
Right. Yeah, marijuana can't do shit for
They should be allowed to choke right before the fight if they feel like it. It shouldn't.
That would be stupid.
Right? No, it would be, but it shouldn't.
You know?
That would affect the betting.
Yeah, that's for after the fight. And maybe there is someone who could smoke before they go in, but I don't know how alert they would be.
Oh, a lot of people that roll when they practice. I mean, they do it stone. I'm not.
Yeah, but sparring is different. Sparring is totally different. When you're just sparring, you're sparring.
I agree. The only problem that I have if I'm sparring when I'm stoned is that I forget to twist my hips with my punches and stuff like that. So it's like my reach is a good 2 or 3 inches shorter than what I think it's going to be. And I don't know if it's lazy or whatever it is, but it's for some reason I don't feel like twisting into my punches.
No, I don't do none of that stuff when I'm high, yo.
I love to do it when I'm high. I mean, but it just adds to the challenge.
No, fuck
I used to overthink when I would get stoned and do it, but I've been smoking so long now. There's a good chance anytime I get in a fight, I'm going to be high.
Jesus Christ.
It's true. I don't think I've not been high.
Weird way of looking at it.
Like in 2 years, and I've been high like solid for 2 years.
The likelihood of you getting into a fight is probably low. You live in a nice place. There's not these hoodlum people around you. You go running around catching them. You
don't know what you're talking about, man.
these hoodlums. These hoodlum guys freestyle rapping in the corners. There was actually a time when I was in summer school and fucking they were doing that. There was like in the stairwell, they were having like a freestyle battle. And the principals came out, and the teachers came out, and they thought everyone's fighting. They pushed everyone like, right out of the way, and they pulled them on. We're all like sitting there like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? And they're like, what are you guys doing? They're like, they're rapping. And the teacher lost their minds. And then they just left the stairwell. They had to leave the stairwell just embarrassed. They're like, okay, we'll get back to class. We're like, yeah, we're on lunch, so you can have a nice day and go back to the office. Thanks. Summer school is the worst, man. Hated going to summer school.
I'm sorry that happened to you, Joe.
It did happen to me.
Are we over it? We're over it, right?
Am I over summer school? Hell no.
He's still hating.
Summer school is some of the best times, man. We had some seriously. It was more fun than regular school because you get away with more shit. Because it was you're pretty much in like one class all day. So you're not going from place to place unless those kids like failed every class. Then they have to go to like 3 or 4 classes. But yeah, it was mostly just like shit like that, like rap battles and people dancing and fucking
quality education.
Oh, exactly, quality Canadian education from excellent teachers that didn't give a fuck whether they
didn't give a fuck. They're like, why the fuck I gotta be here?
It was like a punishment for them to teach summer school. Like, I gotta teach summer school. God damn it! Sit with these little snot-nosed bastard motherfuckers.
Tired of being a substitute. God damn it! Need a real job. Go work at the Home Depot. Fuck it.
Straight up though, you fuck with the substitute teachers, man. You fuck with the substitute teachers. You don't let the substitute teachers come in the classroom and they have a normal day. No,
they gotta earn that shit. They gotta be really fucking tight to get that kind of respect.
You do not get a normal day as a substitute teacher. There is some pretty good substitute teacher stories though.
Now, when you talk about rap battles, so you can segue into your garbage hip hop. I mean, which is what I call.
There is so much garbage hip hop that is in the world. It's too much, man. Too.
But there's only one worst. There's only one worst freestyle battle. I mean, there's bad ones, but there's only one worst. There has to be a worst.
There are worse ones, and that's the worst part about that.
No, there has to be the worst of the worst. There has to be one out there at least. I mean, it just stands to reason that there has been somebody that was too retarded to do the shit.
There are plenty that are too retarded to do this shit.
Okay, how many of them have a record label that they're signed to?
Drake.
Drake.
He's a special needs kid.
Cheers. I'm gonna toke to that, man. I'm gonna toke to that.
People say I hate on Drake too much. I'm like, I don't know what you guys are listening to, man. I don't know what you hear. We must hear different things.
You hear that interview? Go ahead.
Which one?
The one where they asked Drake about Lil Wayne and all, and he was like, he had that weird kind of gay moment where he was like, "Oh, Lil Wayne, he's just so good." I was like, "Stop, man."
Oh, I have to find that.
Bro.
I have to find that ASAP, bro.
It's fucking creepy. Yeah, it's Drake on Lil Wayne. So good.
Oh, we're going to you know, and
yeah, you do have a hate on for Drake because immediately you stopped everything to pull that shit up because.
Well, no, because I did not see that. I got to see that, and it's the same with that. Same with that Birdman shit. Because that is beautiful. That is some beautiful shit. Because Drake is terrible, man. I don't even know what he's talking about half the time. Is there some sort of inkling that I can get as to where this? Oh, excuse me. As to where this interview took place, which station it was on, or anything like that. Did this motherfucker leave for a call again? God damn, bro.
I'm back. Sorry about that phone call. I'm at work.
I as well am back. Sorry, dealing with a puppy here.
It's all good, bro.
What did I miss?
Nada. We're just talking. I'm trying to find this interview with Drake. Apparently, he creams his pants over Lil Wayne.
Oh yeah, hold on, I'll find it.
Oh yeah, find it, post it, and I'll share it. We can have a look, and then I'll go pull up that. I got a little something special. But I want to pull up that Birdman.
What you got, Joe? What you got?
We'll pull up that Birdman.
Yeah, he's gonna play the Birdman thing for you. Put some respect on my name.
Yeah. And I don't want no fucking like clippity clip. I want fucking the raw shit, yo. Like, yeah, man. Because that was funny. Like, literally, it became a meme. It became everything you could possibly imagine, and it was just great. And Envy's there, just like, holy fucking, all these guys are just around, and he's just there. He's got his whole squad. Oh no, I was wrong. He did take his glasses off. Shit, he took them off. You took them off. I misremembered. Oh no, but he put them back on. He put them back on. He did. This nigga. Oh my god, bro. Oh, this is beautiful. This is just a wonderful, wonderful moment. And everyone's just so awkwardly trying to keep the conversation normal. And Charlemagne is just the biggest instigator, man. It's just terrible. Oh, so William put that in the side chat. All right, I'm gonna pull this up too. We're gonna check this out. Check this out. Oh, it's 9 minutes, bro. Come on, that's long. Shit.
We'll do a lot of pausing. We'll turn it into 25.
No, it will be 25 with length.
The one I posted is 53 seconds. That's all it takes to find out how gay Drake is.
Oh, the one you posted is 53 seconds. Then what am I watching here? Oh, you're watching these fools box.
Oh yeah, I don't know why you. That was from earlier. The rough and rowdy. The thing that you said was too dangerous. These motherfuckers can hurt anybody.
Yeah, they can hurt each other though, man.
But they don't, and they give it their best shot too. They just couldn't do shit to either. That's how bad their skill is.
These guys suck, bro.
I know that's what makes them so good. They can't hurt each other. It's like watching children attack each other. They can't hurt each other.
Oh my
like
God.
Toddlers fighting.
This guy's like 70 years old fighting like a 19-year-old, bro.
Is this a really big guy? This is the really huge guy, right?
Oh my God.
I can't say. Is this the really big guy versus little tiny guy?
Look at these two butter beans. God damn.
You're not presenting it.
No, I'm not presenting it. I was just watching it on my own.
Okay. Yeah, my bad. Anyway, Drake's gay.
Yeah, we're gonna. Okay, so it's 53 seconds. I think I could get away with this on YouTube.
Yeah.
YouTube will allow me to get away with this. Fair use.
They know he's gay.
They know he's gay. All right, we're gonna present this real quick. So William, set it up. What is this?
This is an interview with Drake where he just. I mean, you know what? It needs no introduction. Just let it roll.
It needs no introduction. Just let it roll.
Yeah, we'll comment on that shit after.
All right, so this is Drake talking about Lil Wayne, I guess. Yeah, I guess maybe he's asked a question. All right, let's Let's hit it. Hold on. Let's make sure we can hear properly. All right, good stuff. All right.
Let's go.
Minnesota asks, who has been your favorite artist to work with and why?
Oh, I have to say, I can't say one person. I gotta say there's three people that I have to say. Well, me and Jay have like the greatest relationship. So every time we work, it's always fun. No matter what we're doing, music or just shows or whatever, we have a phenomenal relationship. So I love working with Jay. In the studio, the greatest experience I had was with Alicia Keys. She made it so comfortable for me to be there. Just, I was a little intimidated and overwhelmed, and she just made me feel right at home. And we came up with a great song, which is Unthinkable, the song that's out right now. And Wayne is my favorite person to work with, though, because it's just, Little Wayne, he's just too good.
You got to give Wayne the love.
What in the mother?
Holy fuck.
The prosecution rests.
Whoa!
Look, Wayne's just
Dre, hold up.
Oh, too good. Oh.
Hold up. I need to pull that back.
He doesn't. That was a little
Hey,
microgasm.
after this, can we watch a clip of Lil Wayne playing the guitar? Because
I love that clip.
It's terrible.
I love that clip. Oh my Lord. Hold up. We gotta play that again.
Wayne is my favorite person to work with, though, because it's just, Little Wayne, he's just too good.
You got to give Wayne the love.
He's just too good.
Drake.
Oh my God, bro. Okay.
he's a big dude. How does he even fit in the closet? I'm not joking. He must have a really big fucking closet.
Oh,
At least
Degrassi size. It's
so
a
comfortable
Degrassi size.
Alicia Keys made it so comfortable in the closet of the studio.
Dude, one more time. Play it one more time. Come on.
The studio.
I think we could do it. I think we do it one more. I think we do one more.
Wayne is my favorite person to work with, though, because it's just, Little Wayne, he's just too good.
You got to give Wayne the love.
He's just too good.
That is the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Man.
Oh my God, bro.
Like, I gotta watch myself when I'm talking about other women to my old lady. I gotta make sure that I'm not sounding like that. You know what I mean?
A little lusty, isn't it?
Yeah. It's very lustful.
He was really into saying that. He loved saying that. It was just, there was so much joy and passion and orgasm on his face. He was like,
Can we talk about his
so
peach? Can we talk about his peach hoodie for a minute?
Yeah, I mean, you could.
No, that's kind of swaggy, though. I'm not gonna lie. That's kind of swaggy.
It's pretty gay. It's pretty gay.
If you mix that with his voice.
If you mix it with his voice and the subject material, this guy's swallowing loads in the back of a gay club.
Oh man, it is something else. Definitely.
Like, I don't know much about Drake. Is there like rumor going around about him being?
Oh yeah, he's eaten a donut off a cock before. I guarantee it.
Man, there are things about like a lot of these guys that they're like on the down low, and but you never know.
Did you see that birthday video of fucking P. Diddy?
There's been accusations that P. Diddy might be swinging both sides of the plate.
Yeah, he's bi as fuck.
There's rumors. Yeah, there's rumors that a lot of these guys are like on the down low.
Lil Wayne got turned out by what's his name? Birdman, whatever his name is, whatever that dude that hangs out with him all the time. It's got the little star tattoo on the top of his head.
Hang out with him all the time, no more. But yeah, Birdman.
Yeah, Birdman. Yeah, they was kissing each other and shit.
Put some respect on my name.
Yo, when they kissed, bro, I was like, whoa.
He said, "Don't nobody kiss him but me." I was like, "Fuck that."
I was like, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm not homophobic, but yo.
Did you hear the interview? Did you hear when they recorded him talking to that little young fella about how Birdman and them turned him out when he was 14?
There is a lot of rumors. There are so many rumors going around about.
Did you see the video?
I didn't see no video about it, but you read about these things and
I've seen the video. I'll hook you up with it. That's him talking about it.
Yeah, you hear about these sort of things. So it's more like I take it with a grain of salt. You know what I mean? It won't surprise me if it's true, but I don't necessarily going around telling people that stuff. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
I told you Drake was gay, and I was right.
Well, you could say that. Like, I'm not gonna. I'm not gonna say it like this. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna like. I'm not gonna. You know, but that was funny. That was definitely a weird clip because
Seriously, hold on, Joseph. Be serious. Check it out though. If you saw, like, if people were like, "Hey, Jello, you're funny," you know, they're like, someone's talking to me, right? And they're like, you've done a lot of shit on the internet with people. Who do you like being funny with? And I'd be like, well, there's got to be a few, because like Captain Osimo's got some great voices, and Rand is just such a giving character that he's just amazing. But Joseph, Joseph, he's so good. Like, if I like you would be like, dude, that's gay. Like, if you saw that, you'd be like Jello.
Like Jello,
I'm uncomfortable just hearing you say that, man.
For some reason, you have a hard time saying Drake's gay. What the fuck? He's gay. You don't have to dislike him or disrespect him because he's gay. If you do, that's you. But I'm just saying, like, what the fuck you want to say he's not gay?
I'm not one to spread rumor about those I am not personally connected with. However, if
again though, like the way he talks, what he's wearing, and his subject matter, like it's exhibit A, B, and C on a fucking 58-second clip. How many minutes of what do you need?
How many minutes?
Do you have to see him doing a gay porn? Or if you saw him doing a gay porn, you'd be like, yeah, but he might just be doing that for the money. That doesn't mean he's gay.
That was absolutely enthusiastic of him in the way that he said it. I'll give you that. He was very happy to say that, to say the least. Oh man, he was very happy to say that. But Lil Wayne, man, he's something else. That's some next shit. And the Birdman is something else. Because that Breakfast Club thing, that was funny, man.
Were we gonna play that Breakfast Club thing or not?
Oh yeah. We're gonna get into that.
Right, let's go.
It's he just was not liking what Charlemagne had to say about some things that were going on in the rap game, this rap game. You know, so it's a lot of craziness that goes on. So I'm screen sharing this motherfucker right up in hill. And I know people don't like my urban speak.
Let's go. I almost wish we had started off with that one video.
Yo mama. Which one?
Let's go.
No.
I did it, man. I'm the best.
We save the gold. The gold gets saved.
It's old school though. Everybody's riffed on that one. It's like embarrassing to do it at this point.
Nah, absolutely not. Because not everyone has. I don't know who everyone is. I want to see these everyone. Because I don't know, man. I know some people who would appreciate this little throwback. Trust me. I definitely know some people.
I can't tell you how many people I've told to put respect on my name since this. Like, this will never be too old for me.
No, absolutely not. This is always. This is going to be something that sticks forever. That you can always 20 years from now. You know, people who who do hip hop radio or whatever will still talk about this because this is some good shit.
You know, that's a good point. Let me say this real quick. Yeah. They don't all stick. Because I was playing Atlas, a game, and we were talking about making a galley and then putting there's a thing you can put on it. So on a big boat, a galley is a big boat, and you can put this thing so you can have a dinghy, so that you can have a boat on your boat.
Right.
So I made a yo dog joke. I was like, you can have a boat on your boat, yo dog, and they were like, what do you mean? And I'm like, exhibit, and they're like, what do you mean? And I'm like, pimp your ride. I'm like, are you serious? Like, how do you not? But yeah, no, these memes die out. Like, if you were born after Pimp My Ride, you may not even know about the meme.
No, not at all. Like, people don't get those yo dog, I heard you, that are like those exhibit memes. Like, those,
that's exactly the ones I'm talking about.
Yeah, those have gone away, like, because people don't get it. I'm like, fuck, man.
I still do it. Like, if someone puts a something in there, something, I say yo dog.
Yo dog. All right, let's get into this Birdman shit.
I want to start this.
Let's
shit.
go.
So all three of y'all stop playing with my name. Let's go on there. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name.
Let's do it on camera.
Stop playing with my name.
Let's
I ain't
go
gonna
right
say
on
it no more.
The best thing about this so far is that he just comes in hostile, just no nothing else. He comes in fully with an agenda. Just, I'm gonna come in there and I'm gonna be this kind of fluffy gangster, you know, like with my white shirt and my big belt buckle, and I'm gonna just come in and like with my crew that are dressed in like, what is this guy wearing? Like, what is this? He's wearing a carpet to come in and confront Charlemagne in some gangster way. He is wearing
gangsters in the closet,
an oriental rug to come. what looks like a fucking, I don't. Is that like a Superman?
Harley Davidson? What the fuck is that?
Yeah, is that a Superman crest? I'm not sure.
No. It's two words.
I can't make that up really, but I like how they have the PO meter. All right, let's get back.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Let's go. Stop playing with my fucking name. All three of y'all, stop playing with my name. I ain't gonna say it no more.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ and
DJ MV just.
The fuck was that?
He's just trying to make it like, all right, we just got to do this radio show now. So.
What the fuck was that?
I sort of think Envy is in the middle of like, fuck it, we'll do it live. I think he feels kind of like the same way Bill O'Reilly did at that time, not with the anger, but just like that's Bill O'Reilly got a little bit scared, like the teleprompters aren't working, whatever, like, fuck it, we'll just do the best we can. But you can see his fear turned towards anger. With this Envy, he's getting a little bit nervous here. He's getting a little bit scared, so he just goes to what he knows. He's like, I've been trained in radio, so like maybe I should do a traffic report.
Tell me he's gonna troll this fucker.
It's 12:45 on your FM dial. You know, like that. It's like he just like this is his defense mechanism.
Right, but yeah, that's the pouting.
Yeah, this is ridiculous. This is a child.
Is it racist for me to say he's sticking his lip out?
Yes,
go ahead. I never know where to draw the line, but like this, like if like he's looking like he's trying to catch flies with that lower lip. This is an image of, like, if he was if he was 4, you'd be like, you're throwing a tantrum. Go sit.
That motherfucker needs to stand in a corner with a dust cap on.
Exactly. If he was 4, that's exactly what you'd make him do. Go sit in the fucking corner, asshole.
He's definitely pouting there. He's not happy. He's making it known. He's not being passive aggressive. He's being just forwardly aggressive. He's not happy with the name of the mouth. You know, so he's trying to come there and make sure to put some.
And let's talk about that for just a second. Like, what Charlemagne did that pissed him off? This guy wasn't paying his rappers, and there were certain fucking people being critical of that.
Right.
This guy had people on his label that he was not paying them, and fucking Charlemagne was one of the people openly discussing it, and that's what he's talking about.
Yeah, and Charlemagne, he does not mince words with anybody. He's a very vocal, open, forward person. He doesn't care if he offends you. He doesn't care if it upsets you. If he feels that what he's saying is the truth and you need to hear it, he will tell you.
Well, that's the thing about it. Like he's at no point saying you've been spreading lies about me.
Right, exactly.
He didn't say that. He said put some respect on my name.
Right, exactly.
Whatever the fuck that means. but it's not. But it's not. He's not saying I paid those people. You're not telling the truth. Because then Charlemagne could get, well, let's get some of these people on the phone and see if they're lying.
Yeah, for sure. And there's not even a need for that because it's, you know, you can find this shit out easy.
And dude, if you're not paying your people, you know, people should be talking about it. People should be telling people, hey, don't go to this producer. He won't pay you.
Right.
Let's go.
Because it still happens, you know what I mean? Like it's still something that goes down. So yeah,
of course it is. That's why people need to be made. Yeah, that's why people tell people. That's why people out people like this.
Expose this shit.
Expose, exactly.
Morning, everybody. It's DJ MV Angela Yee, Charlemagne the Guy. We are the Breakfast Club. We got a special guest in the building.
He done cursed us out. Tell him, get it off your chest.
I love Charlemagne right away.
He's like, shut up, NB. Let's get back to it.
Just out the gate, like he done cussed us out. And then he's
like, this is gonna be good if you'll just let it happen. You can tell people the weather and the traffic later, idiot.
All right, let's go.
Just sit in the corner, Robin Quivers. Just fucking shut up. Jesus, fuck.
That's
what he's saying.
Birdman.
I said it already. I'm talking no more.
Because I don't understand the angle. Like what?
I said it already.
So why come here?
I did it already. I'm here. So what's happening?
I mean, it's all good, but I'm saying
here.
why?
And I'm here. What's happening?
I'm all good, but I'm saying
just
why
say
come
that,
here
man.
just
Look,
to
I'm
curse
here.
us
What's
up?
happening, man? I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man and you.
So that I always was confused by that. I never. What did he spit out of his? I don't know if he took out his grills like because he's ready to fight, or because he can't talk as well with them in his mouth, or something. But I think he spit something out, and it's like he's ready to fight Charlemagne. Like it's like he came there to fight Charlemagne.
He wants to pretend he wants to fight Charlemagne. He don't want to fight nobody.
I would love to see just a boxing match in the middle of that studio. There was it Be Real?
Be Real?
Yeah. Got in a fight in the radio studio?
Not sure, but I remember Aries Spears got punched up one time in the radio studio for talking shit. He's just like, he was talking a lot of shit. And the guy just got up and started punching him in the face. It was pretty dope. But yeah, I don't know. It's like he came with an agenda. It's funny.
Are they gonna troll him?
Well, Charlemagne is good at doing that already.
Right. I'm hoping that's what they're gonna do because he's too fucking cocky.
No, we'll see. Just watch.
Man, I wanted to see you. I wanted to talk to you and your man in your face.
Absolutely.
You understand me?
Man to face.
Yeah, the man in your face.
This is grown-up Eli.
I wanted to come up in your face like a man and tell you how I feel.
Okay.
You understand me? Straight up like a man.
So what's the issue?
Ain't no issue. If it was an issue, you'll feel me. I just come to let y'all know, stop. Put some respect on my name.
There it is.
You understand me?
There it is. Put some respect on my name. You gonna put some respect on it.
Because he's the best, man.
The best, man.
It was Big Boy. You know who Big Boy is?
From Outcast? Yeah. Big Boy?
Big Boy and
from Outcast.
And Be Real fucking got into it on the air.
Oh, shit. Big Boy from Outcast, right? Right?
I don't know.
That's the only Big Boy I know of. B.O.I.
Right. Jello doesn't know. Shit. All right.
Finish this bitch off. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let me mute my shit and try to find this for you.
Did you pull up on Ross that way or Trick Daddy?
I'm pulling up on you, nigga.
Yeah. But I'm the radio guy. Why pull up on the radio guy? Don't act tough with the radio guy.
I hate my nigga. Y'all finished or y'all done? I ain't got no more.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
You thought that through.
Y'all finished or y'all done?
Yeah, but he's totally flustered. Like that. Like, are you finished? Like with the I came here to talk to you man to face. Like he doesn't know what the fuck he's saying.
I came here to talk to you.
Okay, look, Birdman.
Come on, name.
Let me talk to you for a second, man to face, Birdman. You can talk to someone man to man.
Wait, Jello, are you finished? Are you done?
Are you finished? You can talk to someone face to face, but talking to someone man to face is fucking ridiculous.
Man, Jello, put some respect on the language, bro. Are you finished?
Go ahead. Sorry.
God damn. Jeez, nigga.
I'm gonna talk.
Okay, and then he just bounces. That's like the end of it. He literally comes to like puff up his chest. And then he just leaves. Look at my man shaking his head. He's like,
I believe Charlemagne would have chewed him up.
All right, well, there you have it.
Well, he was ready to, you know, but like he just came and was like, so you gonna do this? Are you gonna kind of stupid shit or whatever.
He thought that was gangster, but I mean, we're sitting here laughing at that shit.
Well, because it's funny, and everybody laughed at it. It was hilarious. It was great.
That's what I'm saying. He made an ass out of himself. Oh Jesus, man, don't do this.
Look at these two guys.
Oh, is this the bad? Yeah, this is the people battering the shit out of each other.
Look at this horrible.
I found this. I don't know. There's no video with it. It's just an audio clip.
Oh, that works even better.
But this is it's an on-air brawl between B Real and Big Boy, who's interviewing him.
This ought to be good.
I wish I could see the video though. That'd be dope.
Both of those guys can form complete sentences.
I just don't think there was any filming in the studio back. This is like 2002.
2002.
I'm going to be bouncing in a second because I got to leave work and go by the court. And anyway, I'll be listening on my way home. Y'all are still on when I get to the house. I'll jump back in.
All right. Probably get a notification from YouTube. Excuse me, sir. You are playing too many. Oh shit. Hold up. So this is, what is this? Big Boy and Be Real from Cypress Hill. Fist Fight on Live Radio. I would love to know which radio station this was. Power 106 in LA. No one really knows it was or wasn't fake.
It's kind of a long clip. It's like everything that builds up to it and everything. Like it's a 5-minute, 20-second clip, and the fight doesn't actually break out to like 4:58, I believe.
It could be fake.
Really?
Yeah, it could definitely be fake. It would not surprise me. That's probably why there's no video of it. It's probably just for good radio. Because regular radio,
I don't know. Listen to the setup. Like it's intriguing either way.
What radio station? This is Power 106. So this is definitely regular radio. And regular radio is fucking, they're hard to trust. All right, let's have a listen.
7:37 in the morning time, Power 106. We are blazing hip hop and R&B, Big Boy's neighborhood. Be Real is in the hood. It is going down, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when does the 420 get down, Happy Player?
On 420.
Really? I guess you should. Yeah. That was a stupid ass question, man. Now, what is exactly the 420 harvest that you guys are doing, player?
Look, listen to these goofballs, man. Jesus. All right.
You know what? There's a whole bunch of people in the comments saying that it was fake and just for radio. So I'm just a sucker.
These hoo-ha, tardy morning radio. Oh, let's have a good time this morning, guys. Fuck. I hate this shit. It's so garbage.
You mean like what they call like morning zoo radio? We have a whole bunch of people in there and there's, dong, 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 cowbells going off and whistles and things happening.
There's no actually funny. It's just like a bunch of crap that happens.
We're having a party here in the studio, guys.
Yeah.
Pizza party at work every day. Yeah. Oh, that was so funny what you just said.
This is terrible. Well, all right, let's carry on.
Well, you know, the 420's been dubbed as the stoner holiday. You know, everybody smokes out at 420. But, you know, since the day is the whole 420,
right?
Well, you know, I smoke all day, so
I heard that.
Every day's that holiday.
As it should be,
you know, but other
we're black people, so we smoke a lot of marijuana. The fuck?
Hey, wait a minute. I'm not black.
Jeez.
I smoke an incredible amount of marijuana, man. Like that's.
But you know what I'm getting at, though, right?
No,
like,
yeah.
Like they're just trying so hard. You can tell these radio hosts.
I mean, there's the word for what you're talking about.
The fuck out of here, man.
There's a word for what you're talking about, man, and it's cooning.
Cooning.
They're cooning. It's like they're doing a sand dance, right?
Jesus Christ, man. We'll put up your guy while we listen to the audio. Actually, it's fitting. All right, let's get back to these. What is it, Jello? What are they doing there?
Fine gentlemen.
People who ain't as fortunate to, you know, celebrate all day.
It's a trip, man, because every time B-Real come up in here, man, you know, we play around so much with the, you know, the penis jokes that everybody kind of put their guards up. And even off air, we was like, yeah, man, B-Real gonna try to get somebody up in here, man. So keep your guards up. What's going on with the new album, player?
Oh, it's doing all right.
Wait a minute. What? Why are they making a bunch of penis jokes?
And why do you have to keep your guard up? Are his penis jokes like a bit touchy-feely?
Do they involve physical stroking or?
Yeah, does he like do a lot of reaching during his penis jokes? Like, I mean, I could sit here and riff on cocks all day with you. However, if you're in the same room with me and you start touching mine, we might have a problem, or we might have to take it to the other room. I mean, one of the other.
I'm trying to make the connection as to why people have to watch out while he's making these penis jokes. I'm not.
When you come right at you, watch out for that one. Oh, he'll call your dick small.
Can I give you a nice reach around there, buddy?
You know what happens? You know what happens when it sounds like there's shit all over your dick. Oh, you gotta watch out for stuff like that around here. That can happen any day. Any day, someone will be talking about how their dick's so big they can hardly walk. Oh boy,
Jesus Christ!
Gotta watch out around here. There's too many dick jokes.
Right, you know, we just touring off of it right now, trying to support it and everything.
I hear you. Now, what about y'all working on the next album also?
Yeah, probably after whatever summer tour we do, we're gonna come back.
Hold on. I gotta break the fourth wall to anybody that might be listening to this later. I actually invited Dragernaut into this.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, we're gonna be talking about rap stuff, and it might be good if there's like, you know, more than one black dude.
Right.
And Dragnot responded to me. He was like, yeah, but I know you guys, and there's just too many dick jokes. I got to watch out when I come into there. Like, he's like, I can't handle all the dick, like, you know, so I get what he's saying. Like, you know, because Dragonaught had the same sentiment. So I get it.
Too many dick jokes. Oh, boy.
And I missed you over the game yesterday, too, bro. Yeah, man. Right, he really guaranteed to be there, man.
And you can see him by the cloud of smoke around him.
Yeah. Hey, man, if you say that he'd leave during halftime,
that joke just bombed. Like nobody even acknowledged it at all.
Wait a minute. You got to back it up. I did not realize there was a joke.
Oh my god!
I didn't realize there was a joke at all.
Holy fuck! It just bombed.
And I listen to jokes. I love jokes. That's what I do.
Just listen. Just
I'll try to find the joke.
We'll call it an attempt at a joke because it's just nobody even.
Hey man, if you say that he'd leave during halftime and come back and he smell like bug.
Is there a skunk in your pocket, B?
Yeah.
And he's like,
hey, where in the hell at the Staples Center do you smoke at, B?
There's a couple of smoking sections, preferably the upstairs.
Right.
And, you just got to pick out a spot.
Right.
And usually they'll see me there and they'll just say, hey, man, just back up over there. So,
already, so the cats will be cool with you.
Sometimes,
just be real.
Sometimes, other times they'll tell me to put it out.
There was no joke.
He came back up in here.
He asked if he had a skunk in his pocket because I got that, but
it just people just plowed past it. Nobody even acknowledged it. Here, I'll pull it back for a bit further so you can hear where it was just so funny.
Your game yesterday too, bro. Yeah, man. Right, he really guaranteed to be there, man.
And you can see him by the cloud of smoke around him.
Hey, man, if you say that he'd leave during halftime and come back and he smell like bug.
Is there a skunk in your pocket, B?
Yeah.
And he's like,
where in the
Everyone, nobody gave him an inch. Nobody gave him an inch. That to me was funny. I just thought that to be funny. Just completely bombed. Oh my god.
Hell at the Staples Center do you smoke at, B?
There's a couple of smoking sections, preferably the upstairs.
Right.
And, you just got to pick out a spot.
Right.
And usually they'll see me there and they'll just say, hey, man, just back up over there. So,
already, so the cats will be cool with you.
Sometimes,
just be real.
Sometimes, other times they'll tell me to put it out.
So I heard that, man. He came back up in here to challenge the Hat of Forbidden Questions, ladies and gentlemen. You can bring the Hat up in here too, Johnny. And I'm gonna tell you, man, we be real. Let's hide it.
Oh hell yeah!
Oh my god, this is so painful.
Yeah.
This is just like
let's not listen to this. This is just awful.
There's nothing interesting going on here.
Yeah, I don't like it. I don't like. I haven't listened to it for a few years, and I thought it was something I liked, but you know what? I don't like it.
Jesus Christ!
Here, I tell you what, just hit it at the 458.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to find where
458. Hit
okay,
it.
Is that where it is? 458. Okay.
Let's go.
That's like pretty much the end of the video.
Yes, sir.
Okay, I want a bit of a prelude though, so I'm gonna put it back to like maybe 420.
All right, 420 sounds good.
Yeah.
Don't be acting like that. Come on. Apologize.
Hey, dude.
Hold on. No. We gotta go back a bit further because there seems to be. I want to hear the beginning of this.
Well, I can explain it to you. Big Boy's talking about Be Real Sister.
I want to hear because this will determine whether or not it's real or fake. It's like let's hear how it sounds coming out. Because if there's no video of this, God, ugh.
There are a lot of jokes around. No, but I don't play when it comes to my family, homie.
Hey, that's all good. That's all good.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you that straight up. I mean, you
gotta respect that.
Yeah, you got to, man. Hey, we play around, but I don't play when it comes to my family.
Hey, dog. If you don't want to play with me, don't play. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'll be serious.
Hey, you bring me in here every time.
Yeah.
To come have fun with you.
Exactly.
I'm having fun with you now. You
want
to take it serious?
Okay, hold on, honey. I ain't worried about it.
Big too.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
You better be playing.
Hey, you know who you talking to.
Hey, B, get up. Hold on.
Hey, what?
You want to get up? You want to get up? No, man. Hey, no. I don't sweat nobody.
No. Trip this, dog. Everybody comes in here. They got bodyguards. I'm by myself. What you want to do?
You talking about me? You want to do something? What you talking about? You over there? We said don't.
This does not sound like anything that resembles a real fight about to happen. This sounds like garbage. Pure radio garbage. It's like it's good for their show, I guess. But I don't see anything of real substance happening.
It's certainly more intriguing than what was happening when they first came in.
Oh, it was boring. That was boring. And if this is how they're ending it, good job for them. But I fast forwarded a bit towards the end more. So
I told you, homie, I don't play when it comes to my family. I told you I don't play when it comes to my family. I told you that. Hey, we playing. Well, I'm not playing with you now. I'm in your motherfucking face now. Now what? Hey, sit down, man. Hey, fuzzy. I'm telling you, dude.
Just sit down. Just sit down.
Give me.
For real.
Dude,
Hey,
let me
just apologize. Apologize.
You big, but I. Hey, be real. Come on, man. What's that, man? You
Why you
want to
gotta
be
act like that?
okay. Those were like sound effects. Straight up. Those were like tumble down sound effects. That wasn't no shit, man. This shit is retarded, yo. Oh my goodness gracious. See, all these hip hop shows, man, they have all this stuff. They have all these these ridiculous things. Satellite seems to be where it's at for those shows. But I think the creme de la creme for hip hop hosting should be done, as we were discussing earlier, on fucking public access TV. Because public access TV is where that shit is at. And public access TV is where we're going next.
Fuck yeah.
This is probably one of the greatest never get old type of video for people of a certain community.
It's so old though. Oh.
Yeah, it's pretty from back in the day. It's like 05, said some shit like that. But it was this video.
It said class of 05.
Class of 05. Yeah, this particular
probably like 2003.
Well, this particular video was uploaded in 2009.
Right, but it's clearly after the day. It was probably VHS.
Yeah, it's old. But it is public access TV, so they probably did have access to.
And I'm thinking it might not even be public access. I think it might be like closed circuit. Like if it's a big high school, they might have closed circuit TV throughout the high school, which could explain the no cursing rule.
That could explain it, yeah. But I don't know. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell because they have pretty good setup there with the mics and all that sort of thing. Like the stuff you were pointing out before about like what you can do with public access TV and shit. You know, I love how the title is Iron Mike, MIC. All right, motherfuckers. I'm gonna screen share this shit and stop presenting Mr. Jello and start presenting this hilarious.
Oh shit! Were you presenting me?
I was presenting your dancing man during.
Yeah, oh my god!
During the radio segment, that awful, terrible, horrible, garbage radio segment. All right, I'm sure everyone can see us. Okay. Oh man, Joe, set it up. What are we watching? What is this?
It looks to me like it's either public access or like or closed circuit TV going throughout a high school. It looks like a class or something or some kind of project where these people are just presenting rap battles. It's rap battles is what it is. It's freestyle rap battles.
Done by very enthusiastic young men. Of course, we shall see the length of their skill.
I think one of them's related to Joseph.
Try to figure out which one it is.
Let's go.
That's a good start using a stolen beat. All right.
Well, I mean, it's not a terribly fucking original name either.
Right. Iron Mike. Jesus Christ.
Hey there, it's me again, your boy Marvel, and I'm back with round 2 of the Iron Mike.
One thing we have to definitely point out is just notice how casual, let's say, these gentlemen are with their demeanor around each other.
This man's legs are made of jello. He wobbles like the towers just before, you know.
All right.
We have 2 new contestants, sophomore right here and your boy Eli from class of 2005. We also have the bus.
Go Eli!
J-Dub, Jeremy Walker, and Steven Jackson, Action Jackson. Over at the judges table. Y'all already know the rules, so we ain't gonna waste no time on that.
So
you're wrong. You're wrong. You said he's too casual, but they're not too casual. The guy in the middle is scared to death. He's not okay with this.
I'm trying to figure out the positioning of the hands. Like, why are you hugging him from behind like that?
He's so awkward. He doesn't know what to do with his hands.
He's just confused. Like, where do my hands go? What's going on? How do I do this whole TV thing? And the backdrop, I think maybe you're right about it being in a high school, because that backdrop looks like it's been painted by some fucking, a high school students or some B-level art class.
Like some high school age graffiti artists.
Definitely. I'm starting to think. And even when I'm looking at the caption, it's like some bootleg National Geographic border with some horrible font. Like Jonathan, Jeremy, Steve.
Or it could be like a community college, or it could be like some alternative schooling.
Possibly, yeah.
Like alternative schooling, they'll have programs for like trades and things like that, and TV and video is if it's a big enough alternative school, they will have TV and video production.
Right. And now that I'm starting to look at this gentleman's face here, it's possible it could be a quote-unquote alternative school for alternative students, especially when you think about Eli.
I don't think they're all special. I mean, it could be just the location. It looks like these are definitely some dazzling urbanites here.
The one to the far right, he just looks very confused. All right, let's see what this rap battle holds.
Let's go.
But look, y'all will have 45 seconds. Please stop when I tell you, or else you will be disqualified. All right, let's get it going. We're gonna start things off with your boy right here, Envy. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
Yo, it's your boy Envy. Okay, yeah, yo, yo.
Stop. Stop. Like, how long? Is there rules that say you should be disqualified if you have to stall for more than 15 seconds? Yo. Yeah. I like this beat. Yeah. I think there should be a rule about how long you can do this.
See, Jelly, you don't understand. That's the warm. You know, like the revving up of a car before a race.
No, he's trying to get his shit together. He's, oh my God, I don't know what I'm doing here. What did I write? What did I write? And I put it on my hand.
I forgot my hands. It's all sweaty. It's all melting. Ah, God damn it! It's all
melted off. Oh
no! Jesus Christ! Next time I'll use paper. For fuck's sakes.
All right, let's go.
Eli is to start rapping, stick to walking, cripple. Young cat freestyle so high.
Okay, I want to actually point something out that I failed to notice before. So,
are you gonna mention that he called the retard a cripple?
He actually.
I was so afraid you weren't actually gonna say it that I had to make sure it got said.
He actually called this man, who is clearly it's slow in some way, retarded.
He called him a cripple.
Called it to right to his face on stage.
Let's back it up and listen to it again.
Oh, definitely backing it up.
That often.
It's getting backed up. It's getting backed up. Jesus Christ. Oh my God, I can't believe I missed that before.
Yo, the words got you talking, cripple. My advice to Eli is to start rapping, stick to walking, cripple. Young cat freestyle so high. I've been up on the blocks, never selling rocks, but I still got what I got. Squad up like Little Weezy. Get busy off the flow so you can say I'm off the hazy. Anybody want it, they can get it. Never rap with a stutter. I'm so nice that I could have been Marvelous, brother. Get me right on the platter, rounds fatter, hitting cats off. Average cat, knocking them off, never with the gas. I run up on the strap. They're like, right, yo, you need to stop talking junk, but I gotta run up on a cat with the pump. Yeah, man.
Did he say I have to run up on a cat with a pump?
Yeah, that's what he said. Look, he's not a great rapper, but I give him an A for effort because of his body movements. Like he was really getting his hands and arms into it. And sometimes I feel like it's only white people that dance mainly with their upper torso.
He really had that windmill, the windmill move going.
Watching some young black men do it.
Yeah, he really had that windmill, you know, the hand up and down, like the pumping.
And then this tall thing.
Yeah, you're this height or this height.
Exactly. This tall. There we go.
Well, here comes what this tall.
I don't know what that move is, but I just call it this tall.
We're gonna call it the this tall. You know,
he does it a lot though. He's good at that one.
That's his move. It's just and he swings the hips in like Elvis. You know, and you gotta do the head nod too. It's not right without the head nod. But this guy looks confused about everything. Well, we're about to see him come up next. Well, yeah, you're right about the dance moves. They're fresh. Yeah, he had those dance moves down. They're fresh. But now we're about to hear from our boy Eli. Eli's out here. He's about to spit some bars. Jeez. God damn.
Let's go.
Look how awkward they are.
The guy in the middle, I don't think would be that awkward. I think he's really trying to squirm out of the other guy's grasp. I think he's like, I could be fine if this guy would quit touching me.
He just like, and I think it's all about because he doesn't know what to do with his hands. You know, it's like this weird, awkward, like, what am I supposed to do with my but even the arms crossing though, you know, I think that's kind of like an uncomfortable, I don't know what to do with my hands move.
Well, yeah, but after the other guy's been feeling up his tits all fucking show, like how would you be? Like you might have your arms a bit crossed too.
That is a defensive position, so yeah, you might kind of have to
get standoffish at this point. Like he wasn't doing that until, and we don't know how much of this guy's molestation goes on off camera.
Right. That's actually a good point.
His face in the dude's lap the whole time. Like we don't know. Like this guy may be like a babysitter, and these may be terrified children.
For all we know, this man behind him has a semi the whole time, and it's just been rubbing in between, you know, the two blade bones of his shoulders just like all night long, and he's kind of
another thing. That's another thing. Maybe it's not just the hands
against the base of his neck.
Still physical contact right now with his fucking hand in his pocket.
So I'm poking with the base of his neck, just constantly rubbing up and down with slight moisture on the base of his neck. This poor guy.
And this guy on the right's like,
he's like, yeah.
he's rubbing his dick on you.
You're like,
that bitch is in prison. That's funny. He's rubbing his dick all over you. Nothing you can do about it. That's funny.
Up next, we have Eli from the class of 2005. Let's go.
Let's go.
Go.
Wait, hold on. You see, that
great pause, by the way. Great pause. Look at Eli looks like he's taking a bite of a delicious hamburger.
While being caught by his mother after stealing it from the refrigerator.
He got caught stealing it.
It's like, oh shit. God damn. But watch, it's the hands. Like my thing, that's my thing. I'm watching these guys, and it's just, they're all so uncomfortable. None of this is comfort. Just watch, without the sound. It's important. Just watch.
I think it's specifically because of the guy in the middle. The guy in the back, I think he's making it awkward for everyone else. It's his fault.
It is weird that he's standing up. I'm not understanding why, and why he chose to stand behind.
They didn't have enough chairs in the studio. Maybe they had 3 chairs in the studio, and they came with a squad of fucking 4.
It's possible.
I don't think it's their studio. I think this is like cable access or public access or closed circuit TV. Like I think they brought in the backdrop, right?
Clearly, that's like painted by a fucking 8th grader.
Someone else in their school.
Yeah, jeez. But you have 3 chairs. There's not a 4th. There's not a stool. There's not a crate. There's not a fucking stack of books. Like, come on, man. It's a whole studio.
Why didn't he just sit on the dude's lap?
It's just
that
weird.
Couldn't be any less awkward.
It's very awkward. I'm trying to point out the awkwardness of this because this is just. It's just weird to me, and he's there, and now he's stopped touching the guy in the middle. I've noticed he's not.
Now I just want to do a talk show where I stand behind my guest and just awkwardly grope their shoulders and chest while asking them questions.
He's given up on that though.
There's nothing else in the world I want to do but that.
That's it.
I want to interview Ellen and just touch her awkwardly while she tries to fend herself. Fend me off. I want to do that.
That part is gone though. He has stopped the touching.
No, not necessarily.
No, but I mean the hugging. The hugging is gone because remember,
I think it comes back. I think there's more touching. I think there's more hands-on stuff.
Look, we go from this, to this.
You think he punched him in the dick while the other guy was rapping? Said, "Knock it off."
Something happened in between.
It touching me, dude. Just knock it off.
It's something happened in between there but he was smiling, so he seemed to be enjoying this, and he's like,
I think it's an uncomfortable smile. That smile is bullshit. That smile is bullshit.
Look at the guy's face. He's biting the bottom lip. He's like, I got this boy.
You know what that looks like? It looks like Drake talking about Lil Wayne.
Exactly. Exactly.
Oh, Wayne is so good.
So something definitely happened in between this move and this move. Because the smile's kind of gone. He's smiling now. It's weird. It's all very strange. I'm just trying to point it out. It's just fucked up. This is just weird for like a rap battle type of scenario. But we'll get into more of the audio. Jesus Christ.
Let's go.
Oh wait, Jello.
Let's go.
Go.
Yeah, I got one question, man. Tell me who next. This nigga salt like a nigga who just getting the best. See, I'm the best, man. I did
it. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have done that. Play it again. Play it again.
It's too early. Holy fuck, bro. Oh my god. Okay, let's go.
I got one question, man. Tell me who next. This nigga salt like a nigga who just getting the best. See, I'm the best, man. I did it.
And the other dude's looking at him like, what the fuck are you talking about?
It's the neck snap. I just love that move. After the man says the punchline, he says this awful line. My man just looks up like, what? Wait a minute, hold up. What?
Did he really just say that shit?
He's just completely. This guy. He just doesn't. He's not understanding why that line came out of his mouth. Okay,
man, I did it.
I did it.
Let's go.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, we're gonna pull it back a little bit to the beginning of his verse so we can.
All right, start off at the beginning of Eli because we gotta do it justice. Like we can't interrupt him all the time and then say he's a bad rapper. That's fucking fucked up.
Right, exactly. It has to be. We have to give him a chance and let it play through succession, and let him get his verse out. So yeah, let's go.
Let's go.
I got one question, man. Tell me who next. This nigga salt like a nigga who just getting the best. See, I'm the best, man. I did it.
Wait.
It doesn't play.
Okay, hold on.
It's a second. He snaps again. He's like, wait a minute.
You don't have to pause this part because he does that for you. Back it up and just let it go. You'll see what I mean. He gets stuck. He totally gets stuck.
He either runs out of steam or forgets what he's supposed to say. Something happens here in Eli's brain that kind of makes it difficult for him to finish.
I got one question, man. Tell me who next. This nigga salt like a nigga who just getting the best. See, I'm the best.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on. Now I understand. Now I understand. Because it's supposed to be no cursing. And he says nigga like 3 times. Oh my god. So the guy I'm sorry. I just had to make that observation. Is that it's no cursing. So this guy Eli, he's gone and said nigga.
But they're not calling him on it. They're not saying it.
No, and that's why he's looking. That's why this guy is like, what the fuck, bro?
I had to call him a cripple. You know what I mean? I didn't curse.
I insulted this man's physical disability, and this guy gets to say nigga? What? So, now, okay. Oh my god. Okay, I'm sorry. I cracked up over that. We'll pull it back, and we'll see if we can play it through the whole way. I'll try. I promise. I will try, everyone. I will try. I promise.
Let's go.
One question, man. Tell me who next. This nigga salt like a nigga who just getting the best. See, I'm the best, man. I did it.
I did it. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, this video is not paused. Wait, you paused it?
Yes.
You don't have to. He's already paused.
Oh my God.
To show how long he gets stuck for.
Holy fuck. Holy shit. Okay. Let's carry on. I think at this moment here, when he's talking, they're explaining to him, you can't be cussing, man. You can't be saying nigga and shit.
Really? Because maybe they just cut that out of the audio. I'm just assuming that he just got stuck.
Well, because if you see, because you can hear voices in the background, right? You can kind of hear faint. I know you won't be able to hear it from the audio clearly, but you can hear faint voices in the background, kind of talking to him, and then he goes, "All right," you know, like kind of when he shakes his head, he goes, "All right," you know. I think they're telling him they stopped the music or something.
Oh, okay.
Because he's cursing. So, well, I'll try to make it. I'll try to make it so people can hear a little bit. I turned up the volume. Hold on.
All right, I'll mute. I hear him say, "All right."
Yeah, there's very faint voices in the background, you know, and he kind of sits there. And he's like, "All right," you know. So I think they're telling him that, like, yo, you can't be cursing, bro, because he's fucking. The other guy like whipped his name, you know, because that was one of the first rules they said. There's no cussing. So, all right, let's carry on with Mr. Eli. This is fucking hilarious. Jesus Christ. So now I was really thinking, I gotta come up with some shit.
Yeah, yeah. See, I'ma let you know who the best by the hour. You like Rosie O'Donnell at a
bisexual bridal shower.
That has got to be one of the most fucking shoehorned lines into hip hop I've ever heard in my life.
I totally disagree. I think it's the greatest line in all of hip hop. I think
Rosie
that phrase should go in every rap song.
Oh my God. You like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. All right, we gotta hear it again. Oh my God.
Keep my mouth shut for it this time, but I can't promise anything.
Like Rosie O'Donnell at a bisexual bridal shower. It ain't nothing to me, man. I keep it for real. Look at this denim, man, with dinner on the grill. See, I'm the best. I told you that. This dude like that, he ran in front of the cat. Now I messed up, but I'ma stay on top. They told me, man, but you know, I'm never gonna flop. Look at this dude, he need to stay in the shade. Ain't no wonder why he came out. He already in the gay parade.
He already in the gay parade. You can tell he's trying so hard not to curse. Like he's really looking up, trying to think about things to say, like that's keeping him from swearing. Like this look on his face.
What do I say besides the N-word?
This man
planned to start my thing by introducing myself to the N-words and then calling this man an N-word and then ending it by addressing my N-word. And now I'm not supposed to do any of that? Like, that's like 3/4 of my bit. How do I do this now?
Like, he's really like that. That is a man in thought. He's really trying to think. Like, that's like what a kid does when he doesn't know the answer to a question on a test. He's just like rolls his head, his eyes back into his head, like, what the fuck is that answer? He's really trying to think about something to say other than nigga or fuck or some shit. But
this guy's actually lost his eyeballs.
He has. It's like, this is like a scene from The Exorcist, straight out of the movie.
It almost looks like one is going straight up and the other one is rolling inward.
Like completely gone almost.
But almost completely, yeah.
Like almost. It could almost pass for demon possession. Fun.
Like he's checking out his eyelids.
Right, exactly. Or like the back of his head.
Or his eyelashes. Like I really need to look at my eyelashes right now.
He's trying to actually turn his eyes backwards to look at his brain to try to find the words he can use. And
maybe that's where his lyrics are written.
That's it. He's written them on the
tattooed on the inside of his eyelids or something.
I told you that this dude like that, he ran in front of the cat. Now I messed up, but I'ma stay on top. They told me, man, but you know, I'm never gonna flop. Look at this dude, he need to stay in the shade. Ain't no wonder why he came out. He already in the gay parade. I told you, man, I got you. Roasted like ever. You don't know, but my rhymes, they straight up clever. So you step down off the pedestal. I'm the best, man. You need to go to the fucking Dayton.
You like cursed again. Look at his face.
Eli knows what he did.
He's like,
wait a minute. You gotta let it play just a little bit. Because
just a little more. Oh yeah, for sure.
For sure. More acknowledgement in just a second.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
He got his hands back on his shoulders. He was touching him again. Oh my god, that was funny. Jesus Christ. But his face, I can't get over it. Oh my lord. Okay, we'll play it through. And he lied about it.
All right.
He lied about it. He's like, that's a freak though.
Listen, what, Larry? All right, as you can see, that was great. It had to be better than last time. But I still got to go over to my judges to let y'all know.
All right, so that's the end of it. We don't have to listen to their claptrap. Their claptrap.
You don't want to see more awkwardness from those dudes while they're on camera?
Absolutely not. It is just
some more homoerotic touching.
Pure cringeworthy from these awkward adolescent males who are fucking trying to run some hip-hop show and failing miserably.
Well, speaking of cringeworthy, what about some horrible rap?
That shit can get cringe. That shit can get cringe. Oh my god. There's so many clips. Like Sway has had a few people on that are fucking hilarious. And then like there's a few garbage freestyle people who like they just don't rap. You know what I mean? That's the problem, is that they don't actually freestyle. They don't actually like do that part of the game. They just kind of write this garbage music and hope they can get away with it. Is pretty much the going rate for the young millennials of today rapping. But it could get funny. It could get interesting. There are a few clips that I have here, but I wanted to, because the one we watched before, I'm not really. I don't know about all that. But
I think the one with Young Thug says probably more about me than about Young Thug's rapping ability.
Nah, it's not.
You know what I mean, though? Because like I don't really want to think of myself as that guy, but I really can't understand a word he's saying.
And he's not saying much, even if you could. Trust me, he's not. It's not.
But I feel like I should be able to understand at least a word he's saying.
Well, that's why they call it mumble rap, right? Because it's not really, and that's the thing. You can make it sound like if you get like a fire beat and you mumble rap, it could be like people because they just nod their head, right? They're just going like this to the beat. They're not really. No one's really listening to the story of hip hop anymore, right? It's becoming more about glamour and more about like like drugs and boasting about, oh, I'm this and I'm that and I'm blah blah blah. Like the days of Nas and that stuff's dying. Like there are people who are trying to keep it alive. Like there are a few female rappers actually that are doing pretty good at that. They're trying to keep it alive, and do good things with hip hop. But for the most part, it's like it's become just about how flashy you can be and all that sort of thing. So it's kind of losing the culture aspect of it, and it's more becoming into a brand of music. Like because hip hop was always more than just a genre; it was a culture. It was bred out of a culture of things. So it was a little bit more than just music. It was music lived through pain and suffering and all sorts of things. So it was bred differently, and now it's becoming just like a part of the rest of everything else. So it's kind of dying out. But we have some examples here. we have some examples here. I'm gonna pull up a video we watched earlier. We're just kind of. I don't know, man, because that video is long, bro. It's a long.
Yeah. No. I need to be cutting it short here pretty soon too.
Oh yeah.
My Atlas be calling to me, man.
Your Atlas.
This new game, man. It's just
oh shit, son.
I get to be a pirate, and we're working on our big pirate ship, and I've wanted to be a pirate my whole life.
That's dope.
I think it's the greatest. I'm like trying to figure out how to cut off my leg and put out my eye.
Mm-hmm.
I can wear a patch and a peg, without it hurting. I'm a wuss, and I don't want to deal with all that.
Oh no, for sure, man. I get that, man. You gotta play the new games you get. Yeah, man. No, we had a good. This is a good time period, man. I think I'm gonna cut the live portion, and probably cut out too. Finish up some shit.
Let's talk about before we leave though. After you go off air, let's talk about getting together to watch UFC.
Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll figure out some shit.
And maybe if any asshole that watches this is into that kind of thing, maybe they should send Joe or myself a message.
Mm-hmm.
If you want to think we're all just gonna purchase it together and maybe hang out with our mics open and maybe make obnoxious comments at each other and smoke a lot of weed. Pew pew pew. That's the silencer.
All right, motherfuckers. Peace out. Thanks for watching. For the people that watched, tune in next time for another interesting conversation around here. Oh yes.
Venus.
Okay.